Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. We have another listening and reading activity for you today. If you like English, if you like history, today you're gonna practice with Leonardo da Vinci. Remember, you don't have to understand everything, you don't have to be perfect, but pay attention, try to find new words, new expressions, so you can search for them on Google Translate, so you can learn some new things. No practice, no English, remember that. So let's go. Leonardo da Vinci, a remarkable life. Early life. Leonardo da Vinci was born on April 15th, 1452, in a small town called Vinci, near Florence, Italy. He lived with his father, grandparents, and uncle. Leonardo did not go to a regular school. He learned to read, write, and do math at home. When he was about 15 years old, he became an apprentice to a famous artist named Andrea del Verrocchio in Florence. There he learned painting, sculpture, and other skills. Becoming famous, Leonardo worked hard and learned a lot from Verrocchio. He practiced drawing, painting, and making sculptures. He also learned about machines and how things work. This made him very skilled in many areas. Leonardo's first big chance came when he helped Verrocchio with a painting called The Baptism of Christ. Leonardo painted one of the angels in the picture. People noticed that his part of the painting was very good, even better than Verrocchio's work. This made people start to pay attention to Leonardo. After a few years, Leonardo became a member of the Painters Guild in Florence. This meant he could work on his own and take on his own projects. He started to get more and more work, and his reputation grew. Leonardo moved to Milan and worked for the Duke of Milan. He painted, designed buildings, and created plans for machines. His work for the Duke made him even more famous. Leonardo created many famous works like The Last Supper and Mona Lisa. These paintings showed his great skill and creativity. People admired his work and talked about it, which made him very famous. He worked for important people like the Duke of Milan and King Francis I of France. Jobs. Leonardo had many jobs. Painter. He painted famous works like the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper. Engineer. He designed machines and buildings. Scientist. He studied the human body, plants and animals. Inventor. He drew plans for flying machines and other inventions. Places he lived. Leonardo da Vinci spent most of his life in Italy. He was born and raised in Vinci, near Florence. When he was 15, he moved to Florence to become an apprentice to Andrea del Verrocchio. In 1482, when he was 30 years old, he moved to Milan to work for the Duke Ludovico Sforza. He completed the Last Supper during this time. In the year 1500, he returned to Florence, where he began painting the Mona Lisa. In 1508, he returned to Milan for more work. In 1513, he moved to Rome to work for the Pope. In Rome, Leonardo lived in the Belvedere, a villa inside the Vatican walls. He was involved in various projects and continued to work and study until he moved to France in 1516. Later life in France. In 1516, Leonardo da Vinci moved to France. He was invited by King Francis I of France. The king admired Leonardo's work and wanted him to join his court. Leonardo accepted the invitation because he did not have many opportunities in Italy at that time. Leonardo lived in a grand house near the king's castle. The king gave him the title the king's first painter, engineer, and architect. This allowed Leonardo to work on his projects and ideas freely. Even though Leonardo was older and his health was not as good, he continued to work on many projects. He designed plans for a new castle and gardens with fountains and canals. He also planned a big wedding festival for important people. Leonardo spent his last years in France, working and sharing his knowledge with his students. He passed away on the 2nd of May, 1519, at 67 years of age. There is a legend that he died in the arms of King Francis I, but this is not true. Leonardo's time in France was peaceful and productive. He continued to create and inspire until the end of his life. The Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa, also known as La Gioconda, is a portrait of Lisa Gherardini, the wife of a wealthy merchant from Florence. Leonardo started painting it around 1503 and worked on it for several years. The painting is famous for the woman's mysterious smile and the detailed background. There are many interesting stories about the Mona Lisa. Mysterious smile. People have always been fascinated by her smile. Some say it looks different from different angles. Identity. There are many theories about who the woman in the painting is. Most believe she is Lisa Gherardini. Theft. In 1911, the painting was stolen from the Louvre Museum in Paris by an Italian man named Vincenzo Perugia. It was missing for 2 years before it was found and returned. This theft made the painting very famous. The Mona Lisa was not an instant hit. It became more famous over time. When Leonardo painted it, people admired it, but it was not as famous as it is today. In the 19th century, people started to appreciate it more for its artistic qualities. The theft in 1911 brought a lot of attention to the painting. Newspapers around the world wrote about it, and people became very interested in the Mona Lisa. Today, the Mona Lisa is one of the most famous paintings in the world. Millions of people visit the Louvre Museum, each year to see it. The Mona Lisa's fame is a combination of its artistic quality, the mystery surrounding it, and the events that happened to it over the years. There you go. Continue to practice your English every day. Watch videos, listen to music, watch movies, series. Contact with the language is number one. Okay? You can practice more listening and reading, watching another video like this one. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for coming. Make English part of your life. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.